All right, here it is, the Ninja Foodi XL Pro Air Fry Oven, brand new. I just got it today. It looks great. We're going to unbox it, and if you ever saw one of my unboxings, that pretty much means that I'm going to show you the outside of the box and all the pictures and all the wording on it, and you can read it for yourself. And then when you come back, I'll have it out of the box on the counter, and we're going to do some toast test, some bagel test. It claims it'll do 2 pizzas at one time and do them right, and we're going to try that. And hey, like I said, it looks great. I've also got the older or the original version. We're going to put it side by side with it and see how that compares. I'm John Sanders. I'm also known as Jelly 007. Let's get this started. Okay, it's kind of heavy with it in that box, so I went ahead and took it out. But you can see, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of times the artwork will tell you something that I might miss, and what I call the artwork, and it tells you a lot of things right here that you could screenshot that right there and take a closer look if you needed to. Here's this side, and it tells you a lot more, like I said, than I'm going to be able to tell you. Here's something 10-in-1 function. See, I forgot to mention it is a 10-in-1 true surround convection. Here's this side at 90-second preheat. Now that's nice. I mean, 90 seconds is not that long. And then right here, and I'm going to hold this one steady for just a second. Again, you may need to screenshot and read that if you want to know more than you're able to read right now. It tells a lot more right here than we're going to be able to go over. It shows what it comes with: 2 wire racks. Make sure you can still see what I'm talking about. 2 wire racks, 2 sheet pans, a roast tray, and the air fry basket. And some of that's laying right there. I'll show you. Right here is some of that again, I think. But the top of the box and the recipe book. See if there's anything here. It tells the wattages, but you already saw that. It's 1800 watts, I think. Let's see what it, yeah, 1800 watts, and it's the DT201. And the last thing I want to show on here is right here, and I hope I'm going to be able to do this as simple as it sounds. Yeah, probably not. Right there. This shows you some pictures of what you can do with it, obviously. And then this. And there is some accessories right there. So that's enough for the artwork, the box as I call it. And next is we're going to take a look at this unit. I'll get it moved over here and we'll start that. Be back. Okay, here is the unit itself. Now, one thing I was a little misled by the picture is the controls are on the handle. So there they are. No big deal. I mean, they're just, it looked to me like they were on the face of the unit, but they're not. They're on that handle. Here's the paperwork. The Let's Get Cooking 2 levels, on 2 levels, and then it shows a little bit about that. Again, you can screenshot and read that better if you'd like. How to minimize smoke, tips and tricks. Here is the some options you can do. A lot of different two-level cooking, and there is plenty of things you could do. I mean, you can see right there, and it gives you a description of how it works and what you can do with it. There is that. Well, here's what I paid for it. I'm not affiliated, and I'm not a whatever you call where they give me stuff. They have not that they haven't tried. I just I don't do that at this time. I don't accept free items, and I'm not affiliated. But to get off of that, I don't even have links. You have to kind of ask me if you need to know something about where something is. $279. I bought it on their website, and then $22 tax, so $302. Here's the Ninja Foodi XL Pro Air Oven 15 mouth-watering recipes plus charts for unlimited possibilities. And there's one. Again, there's several, and then there's this kind of stuff. You know, it's just a recipe book. If you've got a Ninja, it's similar to the ones before. Now there's there's recipes in here I haven't seen. There's prime rib. So, and like I said, it's got this kind of stuff, just charts. So, very handy, very, very handy red velvet cookies. Then, of course, the owner's manual, which you'd need to read, no doubt. It has a lot of safety features and stuff that I really say it, I'm not kidding. Everybody should read this manual right here, owner's guide. It tells you things you might not think of, quite honestly. And then here's some warnings. Don't set it on a oven or something like that, I think it is. Yep. And this right here. Now, this is something we're fixing to look at a lot closer, but it's a splatter shield in the back. And you're supposed to keep it clean, and you should never operate without it. And we're going to look at it in just a second. So it tells a little bit more about it, but just keep that in mind, because I think you'll have to clean it every once in a while, or I think after every air fryer or something, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how often you have to clean it. But the main thing is you don't want to operate without it. Here's the inside. I've obviously got to get all this plastic off. It comes with these 2 racks and the air frying basket and the crumb tray. So it's just common stuff. What we're going to do is get it started. Here's something else that came with it, which is the 2. It mentions it on the box in that artwork, as I call it. That is for doing steaks or anything with a lot of fat. It comes with these 2 sheet pans, and they have kind of stuck together. But that right there they are. And they look to be coated with I'm not sure. I'll have to read if it's their ceramic coating or not, but it looks good. Let's see if we can tell anything about that splatter guard, splatter shield, I think they called it. And I'm going to pick it up where you can see in there. And it has 3 elements on top, if you can see those, and 2 on bottom. And this thing right here, let's just take it out and look at it, because I got a feeling it's something you're going to need to know about. It's somewhat similar to what the grill, the XL grill has. Is 2 layers of a mesh with a support between them to keep them separated. And it says it's pretty easy to clean. I think, I'm almost positive dishwasher safe. But either way, what I'm about to do is get all these stickers off and get all the packing removed. And then we're going to do a toast test, which is, I'm going to try and get 9 pieces of toast, because I read that's what it'll go up to. And we're going to set it on the toast function, plug it in, see how it does, and see how it does with that toast. I'll be back. Okay, I wanted to show a couple of things before I plug it in and all, and get the toast test started. One is look inside for stamped rack levels, and you can see right here they got them indicated, and you need that for some of the 2-level cooking and stuff like that, and anything you need to read here, you know, a family size meal using 2 levels and all. Well, that is this right here. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it right now, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4 stamped on both sides, and that indicates where you would place that rack. And I'm sure you probably already knew that, but I wanted to make sure. Here's the sheet pan trays, they call them, and here's the roasting tray. And on the roasting tray, it tells you to use this, when to use it, and to reduce smoke. And all it does is sit, you know, on top of one of these. So what I'm about to do is get this off of here, and in fact, let's plug it in, and then I can set it up. I got to make sure there's no packing material anywhere, and I don't see any top, bottom, so I'm going to move this up. It wants 1-inch clearance on all sides. I'm pretty sure I read that. You might want to double check me, but 1 inch on all sides, and never block any of the vents, of course. It's plugged in. We're going to power it up. There it comes. Hey, that looks good. Hey, it is a nice looking unit. I haven't said that yet. It's a good looking unit. I think it's going to look real good in place of this one I've got sitting here. We're going to show you in just a minute. The one I'm taking out, which was the original Ninja oven. Was a little short for me, quite honestly. It has a nice feature. I'm going to show you that in a minute, but it has a nice feature. You can fold it up and all, but I rarely use that. So there is our settings, and you can see whole roast, air fry, bake, dehydrate, broil, toast, bagel, pizza, and reheat. Well, we're fixing to use that toast function, and it might take me a minute to figure out just how to get right to it. Could be right here, and it is. So I'm going to go to that right there, but I'm going to rinse everything off and get it ready and get this toast going. Be back. Okay, so here it is compared to the original Ninja. I think they called it the digital oven, but here's the original oven. It was a little short for my liking. Some things wanted to hit the top, obviously. It did have a nice feature. It was this right here. You could fold it up once it cooled off, and it kind of opened up your counter space. But I'll be honest with you, this is more my speed on a toaster oven. I think I can do a lot more in that, and it's still going to take up counter space, even with this folded up. I mean, you're not going to, I'll get out of that. But what we're going to do is, I'll say this, I just washed all this off right here and rinsed it off, and it's still a little damp. So for the first run on it is going to be just to dry these pieces. So it defaulted when I went to air fry to 20 minutes for $3.90. So what we're going to do is hit start, and I'm going to let it run just a couple of minutes to help dry out these right here. And while they're not hot, I'll show you the air frying basket right there. This is how you use their sheet pans, because they don't go in the grooves. You have to set them on the racks, just so you'll know. There's the other one. And by the way, they suggest that in some recipes you may want to have 2 of these, and just in case you want to know, the ones from here will not fit. I've already tried. So I'm going to hit start. There it goes. It says a 90-second preheat. You can see it's preheating. This is the first time it's ever been turned on. And I may just let it run that 90 seconds, or I'll time it. I'll let you know. I'm going to turn it off because that's just going to add a lot of time, but I'll let you know if it's very far off 90 seconds. I'll be back. There it went. It just turned off, and that was less than 90 seconds, about 1 minute and 20 seconds, so about 80 seconds. Anyhow, I'm going to get it turned off because I don't want them getting very much hotter. And let's see, yep, when you open it, it does turn off, and I don't want these getting super hot, and all I got to do if there's any water left on them is dry them off a little bit. But when I come back, we're going to that toast. I'll be back. Okay, as promised, here is the 9 slices of toast. I'm using my favorite, which is Sara Lee Artisanal bread, and I love the stuff. I have for a while. I'm going to put that in just like that. We're going to set it for 9 slices, and it defaults to shade 3. Now it'll go all the way up to 7, and it'll go all the way, of course, down to 1. So we're going to leave it on 3 because that would be about midway. Rack level 3. That's what that right there says. And if you could see that, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are in the right place. I'm going to hit start. And there it goes. No fans are running. And we'll watch it for a second to see what the elements do on the top and bottom. If you can see, I'm assuming the bottom are going to get hot. And it looks like the top ones are. So when that's done, it says 4 minutes and 39 seconds left. I'll bring you back and we'll see how it looks. Okay, I think I read in the manual that at 1 minute the light should come on. You can't see a lot. It's been fogged over. It's cleaning up a little bit now. And the light, there it comes. The light came on. I don't see a lot of action going on as far as toasting. You may can see that as well as I. But I do see the elements are red in the bottom, and we got another 48 seconds. You see a little wisp of steam. That's not smoke coming out of the back. So we're going to get an idea of what level 3 does. That is all of the of this particular bread I got. I got another one. If we had to, we'll raise it. But you know what? It might be coming together. In fact, it is. I see the centerpiece is getting toasted right now. So, in fact, I'm going to leave the camera running. We'll just let it go the last full minute. I'm probably going to need something to slide that out with. Here we go. 9 seconds left. And be honest with you, it's looking good. Now, I don't know it's going to be as even as the original toaster. The original toaster was really even, but I got a feeling there won't be anything wrong with this. And that looks, well, I'm gonna have to say it. That piece right there is perfect. It's perfect for me. Now those right there, they're a little light, and it's not as even. But, and again, I've got a video, I'll link it, where I did the original Ninja toaster against my Breville Smart Oven Air. And the Ninja, although it would get them a little too dark, the evenness was spot on. So that's a little bit off on the evenness. Let's see how the other side looks. In fact, we'll pick this one that looks good. There's the bottom side. We'll see what it looks like. In fact, the bottom side might be better all the way across the board. In fact, I'm going to set them out on this tray so you can get a look at them, and then we'll also, I'll fix them so that you can see both sides. I'll flip them over or something. Be back. Okay, there they are, just as they came off of that rack, and I'll just flip them over all right quick so you can see both sides. Again, there's nothing wrong with, in fact, we'll flip this one. Although that is not quite as browned, it is fine. There's nothing wrong with the toast. And again, I had it on what it defaulted to, which was 3. And you might like yours a little darker and maybe go to 5. Common sense. But anyhow, there you go. That's what they look like. I just don't see a problem with it, other than I might raise that. I'm not going to do 9 pieces of toast at a time. But there you go. That's the test on the evenness. I'm going to get off of that. We're going to do a bagel. I'll be back. Okay, these are Thomas blueberry bagels. This kind we eat, and I'm going to toast several. But one thing this will do is kind of give you an idea if you're only going to do one bagel, where you might want to set it for a particular setting. So I'm going to slide that in. It's still a little warm. And we're going to take the function to bagel. And it's set for 2. We're going to do 9. And it defaulted to shade 4. On rack level, still on 3, which is where we are. We're off and running. We'll see how it does bagels. Be back. Okay, I am trying to watch the bagels because I do see a little more action going on. So we're going to turn that light on. And don't know if you can tell all of that, but it is definitely browning these bagels, which is good. Don't get me wrong. It's just we got 1 minute and 39 seconds left. So what I'm getting at is I may turn this off early for a shade 4. But I do not have any more bagels. So we're going to have to go by this. But we're 1 minute and 25 seconds left. And they're probably pretty close to what I would want. But I'm going to see how long I can stand watching it. But here we go. We're at the end. So, find my little towel. In fact, with the door open, they don't look that bad. They might be pretty much perfect. I'm going to, well, you know what? I don't want to get them mixed up. I'll show them to you like this. And again, it would be easy enough to lower that shade if you don't like that. If you don't, whoops, put that in the wrong place. Not that it matters, just trying to, they're hot. And then we're going to look at the back side, but man, they are hot. So we're going to cut one in half, and I'm also going to flip it over and let you see the other side. If I can do that without destroying anything. I'm just going to leave it running. Now let's see the back side of those. But this is another one of the things we never ate before. And we started. Once we got a good toaster oven, bagels became a big deal around here. They just did. So did toast. I mean, when you got something that'll do them right, they'll change the way, you look at it. All right, let's cut one in half. And we'll be done with this part. And we'll go to that pizza. This one right here looks closest to me. And let's see if you can kind of get an idea, or we'll do it like this. Oh, that would work. And I like that. I might do shade 3 though next time. I'm getting the pizza out. I'll be back. All right, I've set this up a little bit closer where maybe you can kind of see these controls a little better. And it is a little hard to see, but that says 2 level. There's the light, and then here's a function, time slices, temp, shade, start, stop. Rack level is right there, so whatever level the rack is supposed to be on, it'll have it right there. And then, of course, you've seen this part, but what we're going to do, these are pizzas from, Baby Doll says they came from Sam's or somewhere, and they were in a box, you know, all together, and we removed them just to keep from having to store that big box in our freezer. But they're identical, is my point. So what I'm going to do is take the function, 2 pizza, I'm going to hit level 2 level or whatever, and it wants me to put the racks on 1 and 3, and it's defaulted to 405 now, and that's where I'm going to leave it. So I got to put, that's already on 3. It's still a little warm, so I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to move this rack to 1, and then I'll get these opened up. We'll get them on there and get this started. So let me do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so one thing I guess you could say I'm a little concerned with is I don't know how it knows it's a fresh or a frozen pizza or if it's a thick or a thin, because it just gives you 13 minutes at 405, which is probably close to what I would cook these pizzas. And what we're going to do, though, I'm going to stand here and watch them, of course. I'm not going to walk off and leave them. And that's a 12-inch pizza, and it goes right to the edge of that rack. So we're going to put just where they said to put them, but like I said, it fits a 12-inch pizza. So all we have to do now, I believe, is hit start. And we are off and running, and either I'll come back when they get done enough that I'm worried about, or we'll let it finish, and I'll be back then. Okay, you may have noticed I did not let it preheat, and I think I was supposed to. So this test may be messed up. I don't have any more pizza, so we're running, but it was supposed to preheat. I just didn't do it. Okay, I went ahead and turned the light on where I can see it better. But it looks to me like they are right on time. I mean, everything looks good. The bottom one is maybe a little more puffier, maybe, but they both look good. And this is definitely going to be something that we use here. You think about a football game or something, 2 pizzas at one time in that amount of time. And I even added 90 in a way. If you think about it, I didn't preheat. So mine got an extra, 90 seconds, 80 seconds, what we did on it the first time. So we're really close. I'm gonna let it finish all the way out, and maybe that would be done right there. If I had waited on the preheat, that would be about where you would be pulling it, you know, a few seconds before that. But anyhow, we're gonna let it completely cut off, and then I'm gonna bring them out, and we're gonna look at them and see how they look. Now, I may have to move this camera back for that, so let me do that. Move that back just a little bit, and that means I'll have to adjust. And there it goes off. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And let's see what we got. And that looks good. There's nothing wrong with that pizza. That's cooked pretty close to what I would, if I stood and watched it, which I did. But I mean, that's where I would pull one at. Let's see how the bottom one looks. And like I said, it was a little more puffy. So it might be a little bit more done, but not enough to hurt. Both of them look fine. You look side by side. They both look fine to me. I got no problems with that. Now, I'm not going to bother with taste testing those for you. I'm fixing to eat them. But really, it was about showing you how they look and how they did. And I think the oven passed. I'm impressed. It's definitely going on my counter for now, and I'm going to take out the one that I had. I'm going to take out the one that the original one, that was the short one. I'm going to do away with it. But anyhow, here's what I'm trying to get at. If y'all learned anything, or you saw anything you liked, or if I helped you at all, I sure would have liked one of those. But other than that, thank y'all for watching. Come back to see me. I love y'all all, and bye-bye.